So let's talk about emotions when it comes to manifesting. How about those of you who are going through a really, really tough time? Perhaps you've just broken up with your SP, or perhaps you've not, perhaps it's been a while, and the time is just getting on top of you. Are you feeling, I'm really, really upset about this, stressed out? Maybe you're getting frustrated because the 3D is just not conforming and your SP is rubbing things in your face, or you're seeing things that you don't wish to see. Stuff is popping up on social media. It's driving you mad. It's really hurting you. How do we use these emotions as fuel? A lot of you might know how to use, say, like anger. Anger is a good fuel, but what about the sadness and the devastation that often comes with manifesting specific person and anything for that matter? Even if you're manifesting health for someone or health for yourself or money or whatever, and you're really struggling with it, your emotions are really getting on top of you, how to use it to your advantage, what we need to understand here. Let's talk about this today, shall we? First up, just want to thank you all for joining me. I'm Athena Raven. I'm a mental health and manifestation life coach, and I'm here to empower and inspire you on this, what is often a tricky road to success for some of us. But if you are enjoying this content, you're finding it comforting and helpful and insightful, then please do like, subscribe, click that bell icon so you never miss a beat. I invite you to join our little community here, our little safe space where we can talk about these things openly and help all of you to get success. And I'm getting so many successes coming in, and thank you to all of you for sharing. It's been a wonderful treat. Today I'm a little bit behind because I'm a year older, but none the wiser. And I wanted to do something special for my birthday, but as usual, I'm a bit disorganized. So I was thinking, what can I do to make this video like a birthday special? I have no idea. Apart from the fact I'm eating loads of cake, but I was thinking that maybe my next video, so obviously not Friday. Friday's going to be another wonderful success story, by the way. But Tuesday next week, I'll do a hypnosis because a few of you have been asking about doing another hypnosis. I wanted to actually do it in a different way with using audio. That's how I used to use it, but I hadn't figured out how to make it compatible with YouTube. But anyway, that's going to be my aim. Even if it means I just do it in the old style of way where I'm doing it along with you guys, that's fine. But I wanted to invite you as part of my birthday treat to you all. What would you like that hypnosis to be about? What journey, what would you like to impress your mind with? Was it going to be perhaps something guided through a specific person manifestation, or money, or health, or confidence, so whatever it might be? Comment below, and the comments that get the most likes in terms of yep, specific person, I'm going to like that comment. The one that gets the most likes is the one that I'm going to create the hypnosis on. Okay, so that's going to be my little birthday treat to you guys, and then I'm going to stuff myself with cake because why not? But essentially, let's have a look at this, shall we? So this was, I mentioned before to you guys, I made a video, didn't I? And I said to you, I invited you all to share in the comments what kind of topics you would like me to address in the following videos. And again, we use the kind of voting system. So one of the comments I got that got quite a few likes, so I take it this is quite a popular topic that you guys wanted to know about, was to do with using emotions. And I'm just going to kind of touch upon what was said. Was I was asking about using emotions in manifestation, and like this perspective that emotions can be fuel to manifestation, but find it hard obviously to use things like humiliation, sadness, unless you can turn it into anger. So how can you be serene? How can you be calm? How can you be in your wish fulfilled when you are in this immense sadness, for example? It's very difficult to force it when you are visualizing. So I do totally get this, because they're saying in this person's situation, in this person's case, it's a situation with their SP, and of course they're getting things rubbed in their face. I don't think that they're having a good time. So Hannah, I was keeping this private. Of course, if you want to make yourself public, let it be known in the comments. But you're having a rough time of it, as I'm sure a lot of you are. What do we do? I've been in this situation so many times, 20 odd years. Can you imagine how many times my heart has been broken in that? That's 20 odd years of discovery. But I get a lot of people asking that. They really want to get through the pain and heal as quickly as possible. And what can I say to you guys, honestly? Yes, the anger can be wonderful fuel for our manifestations. Many of the time I have been fed up, frustrated, like with the whole dating scene, when I was getting nothing, when I had come out of a state of PTSD, or at least I was coming out of it, I was recovering, and I wanted to date, I wanted to have a new relationship. And then of course I went on these dating apps, and I was forcing from the wrong state, of course. And so what that meant was I kept on getting disregarded and ghosted, and someone starts to converse with you and the next minute they've cut you off. And I was fed up of this. And so I used my anger and frustration. This is not what I want, right? This is what I want. And that's when I sat down and I created my perfect person list, which, as you all know, manifested Joseph. So that was the driving force for me. What about if it's something like an ex, for example? I mean, I think of it this way, because I've been through that before. My first SP, my second SP, my third, they were all exes. So it's interesting, really, yeah, because they were exes. Those, like, three that I'm thinking of that just come to my mind now. Like I say, this has been over 20 years, so there's been quite a few over the years. But especially two of them, because one of them I sort of chose to end the relationship and then sort of changed mind. But two of them, I was in the state of heartbreak. The way that it ended really put me into emotional turmoil. And I had to contend with my first SP with a third party situation. I had to contend with him being completely awful to me as well. And yeah, so what could I do? So first stages was me in that grief stricken, I would do anything, I'm in denial of this. And I'm sure all of you have been through this before. So you're going through the stages of grief, right? Number one, a denial for a lot of us. We're denying that this is the case. We're denying our reality here. We're denying that this can't be it. This can't be over. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to address it, because the emotions are so strong. Because sometimes breakups can be so sudden and without you even expecting it, that it throws you off. And it's too much for our human mind to accept, that it's almost like a protective mechanism where we just kind of block this out and go into this almost denial stage for a lot of us. No, they're going to come back. No, they've got to change their mind. They've got to. It can't be over. It can't be another person, you know. That's a really painful one. And when you come out of that and then you start to go into anger, and I've been there, and they went into the anger, the frustration, the fighting it, and yeah, for a lot of us, we can use this to manifest better, in the sense that this is not what I want, right? I'm fed up of this. I want to break this pattern. This is what I want. Actually, defiance. When I made decisions in that defiant, sort of angry way, it was really good, actually, for me to shift my state of being, because in that anger, in that frustration of what I was experiencing, in that strong decision, this is it. Every time I've done it like that, this is it, no more. This is what I want, with that defiance. I've manifested like really easily and effortlessly in that way, because I just put my focus there and I was like, this is what I'm after. And then actually checking off the things that I wanted in my mind, like I did with my perfect person list. I didn't write it down or anything, but I sat with myself. I decided, yeah, I don't want people who are hot and cold, right? This person, I experience consistency in this relationship, love, unconditional love. They love me as much as I love them. I never have to question where I stand with this person. I had such clarity from that defiance, from that anger, from that frustration. Fantastic way to manifest from. Then, of course, we get this bargaining, which is where a lot of us, because some of us get angry because the relationship is still going on and we're getting angry with our SP, right? But then some of us will get to that stage of, okay, bargaining. And that's when a lot of us discover the law. And then we discover these other means and ways. Some of us will go into spell casting. Some of us will go into techniques and affirmations all day long to try and change them, like it's some sort of magic spell, magic trick that's going to turn everything around. Please, God, please, to an external source, please, universe, save me. We'll go through those sorts of stages as well. We're looking for some sort of outside source and entity to help us. And depending what you believe, you see, I believe in the law of assumption. So to me, there is no outside power here. It's all within me. And I do sometimes go within myself at that point when I'm in that desperate bargaining, or even trying to bargain with my SP, chase them, text them, please reconsider. Just something on the outside make me feel better right now, because I feel crummy, because I need that external validation. We've all been there. I don't care how experienced some of these coaches claim to be. They make their lives look so perfect, so effortless. It's not like that. The reality of the law is life is about duality. It's about contrast. And you are going to encounter negative and painful things in life. Because if you didn't, how would you understand the contrast? How would you have a full human experience? You wouldn't know what happiness was if you didn't know what sadness and pain was, right? We wouldn't know like appreciation and gratitude for things. We wouldn't have that if we didn't have the ability to also lose things in our life. So this is why don't be hard on yourself. Even if you can see, you reflect back as you're bargaining, as you're going through the law. Okay, I see what I did here. I understand that I caused this. This isn't about blaming yourself. It is about understanding what happened here. Because once you understand it and you become aware of it, guess what? You can change it. You can change it. You're not stuck in this position. But the thing is that we don't give ourselves much comfort, and we're too busy looking on the outside for comfort, right? So we get into that bargaining and we're looking for anyone. Some of my clients have come to me in such a state of desperation, and I don't blame them. But yes, it can be difficult when you've got hundreds of people that you are dealing with, that a lot of them, if they're manifesting specific person, which all of my clients at the moment are, then they're constantly looking for some sort of external source. Even myself, I'll be the external source to comfort them. And it doesn't matter how much you try to comfort them. They'll feel good for a moment and then they'll slip back because they have to go through that healing process and allow it to just click for themselves. So allow yourselves the time to do that. And use that time of bargaining to not bargain with the outside, but to bargain within, to go within to look for the answers. Okay, please give me the answers. Allow me to get through this with clarity, to heal. Sadness. So like you were saying, Hun, in your comment about using sadness and really struggling to use that, because it's hard, isn't it? When you're going into the state of real, all right, you know what? I've realized what has happened. I've realized that perhaps I caused this breakdown. My self-concept was in a state where I was constantly looking for all the flaws in this relationship. I was looking that they were going to leave me. I was looking to see that they delayed in contacting me. So, oh my God, they've changed their mind about me. I was looking for all of these little things, and I persisted in this assumption that this was too good to be true. Something was going to go wrong along the lines, and it did. And it went wrong, and it was everything that I feared. And now I'm blaming myself because I've been bargaining and I've been checking out the law, and I was all angry and stuff. And now I'm just crying. Now I'm in devastation. Now I've been there where I have been crippled by the devastation, the immense sadness and depression that is caused. And I always say to my clients, that half the time that some of these manifestations take a bit of time is that it takes us however long it takes to get through that healing process. No, you don't need to heal in order to manifest your desire. You can set the intention and the seed, but you as a human being are going to have to allow yourself to go through that and be compassionate about it. Be compassionate to yourself. How would you be to a friend of yours who was going through that grieving and that sadness? What would you say to them? Say it to yourself. Focus on yourself. If SP is not conforming, they're not being any comfort. Remember, they're your mirror reflection. They're not there to comfort you or validate you because they can't. Like I said before, it doesn't matter how much I comfort and validate my clients. It doesn't matter how much they check social media for comfort and validation. It doesn't matter if SP gets in touch with them. If they're not in the right state of mind, they're constantly going to be needing from the outside until the outside dries up. It's never going to change them. That's why change comes from within. That's why there's no one and nothing to change but self. That's why it's all focusing internally rather than externally. And this is just your expression. So don't look at your mirror reflection at the moment. Turn inwards and give yourself that love and compassion that you need to heal. Use your sadness as a guide, I always say, to where you are in all of this. Okay, I'm feeling so sad and devastated. First of all, it's good because it's a release. How can I possibly process the old story if I don't release what happened with it, if I don't release the pain associated with it? Only then, and I did that before when I had that horrific breakup with my ex, this abusive one, the one who left me with the PTSD. I was in that sort of trauma bonded state. So it was interesting because I manifested purposefully the end of that relationship. But the way that it crumbled down, and like I say now, upon reflection, I understand it was meant to crumble down in the most horrific, awful way. I was meant to get PTSD because if I hadn't had that immense sadness and that immense anger and that immense bargaining a need to sort myself out and need to get clarity and comfort within and stuff, I wouldn't have sort out the help that I needed. I wouldn't have set my intentions with strength and clarity about, no, I want to keep this house, I'm getting my free living room, I want to go international with my business, I want to do this full time. If I didn't get PTSD, I wouldn't have been jet propelled into taking whatever inspired action I needed to take. Because of the PTSD, it was like a fight or flight. I was procrastinating on setting up my business. I saw it. I saw myself going international. I saw myself having a channel way before I did. But I was procrastinating because I was so nervous about going on social media. I was really anxious about going on camera, if you guys can believe it. Really anxious about it. I didn't know where to start. And then my friend was my messenger and introduced me to TikTok, where I could do more bite-sized content. And that built up my confidence to go on the YouTube. And, you know, like I said, the rest is history. But did I not get put into that state of PTSD and trauma, it would not have been the fire beneath me to finally, I've got to get this rolling. Now is the time to start. All the time the intention was there. All the time little things were moving. All the time I was studying more and really honing in on my skills as a hypnotist and learning NLP and stuff. So things were happening along the way. But it was like, here's a bit of trauma, okay, for this final part of your manifestation to come to fruition. So your pain, this breakup you're going through, this immense sadness or anger or depression, it's all part of your journey. What that could be, perhaps you've set intentions for healing. Perhaps you've set other intentions for other things. And this breakup or breakdown or this loss that you're experiencing, this pain and heartbreak, it's part of that. It's serving a purpose. Even the sadness that feels so debilitating at the moment, that makes you just want to, because that's what I was doing in my previous videos. If you look very carefully in my very early videos, you will see like a bit of a duvet or comforter, as Americans call it, but in the background, because I was just sleeping on the sofa, you know, because the trauma had happened upstairs and I couldn't even face it. But I was just like, made my little home on the sofa, and I still carried on. I still used that as fuel. But afterwards, I would be a crumpled heap, crying it out. And I allowed myself to do that each and every day. I was crying for days and days before I could really release. It was like a weight was lifted off me, and that was needed. Part of my manifestation journey, that is needed. So don't think that because I'm sad, I can't imagine effectively and I can't force myself to feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Don't worry about it. I did not care. That was the last of my worries. I had my intention. I set it. I knew what I wanted. I realized I was going through healing. I realized that the tears and the sadness was playing a part. If that means that you've got to go within yourself, then go within yourself for that time. Surround yourself with good people. Take yourself away from the specific person or the person that is causing you the sadness. If, say, you haven't had a breakup and there's a clean break where there's no contact and stuff, if you still got contact, but you're getting this up and down, on and off, hot and cold, or even abusive behavior towards yourself, take yourself away from it. Put yourself first. Show yourself the ultimate compassion. Sadness is part of your journey of healing. And that means manifesting your dreams and desires, because once you cried it all out, got it all out, processed it, used that time of inflection for clarity, guess what? Clarity. Okay, now I've got absolute clarity. Now I'm setting my intentions and my desires. I can still dabble and feel my wish fulfilled. And I would do that to help alleviate some of the sadness I was feeling. I put the intentions to heal fast from PTSD. And I did, against all odds, against what I was being told by doctors and therapists, right? That was miraculous. But I still went through months and months and months of pain and torture still. It was a gradual healing. I didn't just wake up and suddenly I'm all healed and cured. You don't have to worry about, oh, not feeling happy, feeling angry, I'm ruining my manifestation. Not at all. It's all part of your journey. You're on the way to success. Even if you're going through this grieving process, grieve the old story, kill the old man, embody the new state that way. It's so much more healthier. Why are we giving ourselves time limits and suppressing this? So I really hope that this helped you out. Please don't force your imaginal acts. Nothing should feel forced. Just step into it with the least resistance, doing it at a time when you feel ready to do so, at a time when you feel at peace. If you just want to play a meditation or just ask yourself, what would it feel like? Let me just imagine, because it feels good, then do so. But for a lot of you, it might feel very painful for a while, and that's okay too, because it's actually a good sign anyway. So I I'm sending you all the love and comfort for those of you who are going through a really, really tough time. Trust me, I do understand. I've been there. Give me again the ideas in the comments below about what theme we should go with, what the purpose of the hypnosis will be. And for those of you who see, yep, money, SP, whatever, like it. And like I say, the comment that has the most likes is the one I'm going to go with. That's going to be my little birthday treat to all of you. I'm sending you guys so much love. And I'll see you this Friday for the Friday Wish Fulfilled Successes. Love you all.